Hi there, welcome back to the channel. In this one, I want to take a quick minute to talk about Naked stock because Naked has seen a bit of a sell-off in the past 5 days. A lot of stocks have, to be fair, but this one has not been as prevalent as what we have seen in some of the other stocks. But realistically, this one is still down over the past 5 days. So the question is, should you buy Naked now? Should you sell it if you already own it? And all that kind of stuff, guys. Well, of course, I am not a financial advisor, but in this one, I'm giving all of my opinions on this stock. So if you want to hear my opinions, and if you want to see my opinions on some other stocks, we do talk about multiple stocks every single day, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you will enjoy the videos that do come out. So with that information being shared, let's just jump straight into the episode and have a look at Naked. So right guys, Naked in the past 5 days has obviously seen a sell-off, and like I said, a lot of stocks have, so it's not really too concerning to see this one down because a lot of the market realistically is over the past 5 days. But what I want to focus more on in this episode is the past month, because it is quite an indication of where I personally think we are going with Naked stock. So initially we saw this big increase from the price of about 39 cents, and previously to that it was about 35 cents. So obviously we have been building up from about January onwards, where we saw a big increase in January of about 95%, so things really did pick up for the stock. But ultimately it was in the late part of January onto February where we saw this one rocket by a further 210%. Now over the past 5 days, like I said, we have seen a sell-off, but in the past month what we've seen is the stock kind of flatten out a little bit with quite a bit of volatility in those days, but realistically the pattern from the low point in the month has been up. But overall, it's not up by as much as we have been seeing in the past few weeks. So the question is, what's going on with this stock, and should you hold it if you already own it? Well, personally, I do believe that there is going to be some action for this one to go to the upside again. I definitely do believe it does have that potential to hit $2. But honestly, I think that Naked stock is one which is going to be relatively flat going forwards. I think that $2 mark is going to be over a more long-term period, maybe the next month or two. And that's not a bad thing. Naked definitely does have some potential. And in the future, what the company is doing to revamp the brand, if you will, definitely could pick it up going forwards. But I think this stock, if you are going to be buying it, is one where we are going to see the benefits of this and the rewards reaped over the next few years rather than the next few months. So I think a lot of people did get a bit of hype when this company came out with their new approach to selling goods and all that kind of good stuff. But I think what's happened is this one has rocketed by quite a large amount in the past few months. I think subsequently it is going to flatten out soon. And I think from that point, we are going to see more stable gains over a more sustainable period, which is actually a good thing. When a stock explodes by 500, 600, 700% in a few weeks, it's not a bad thing. It does definitely present some opportunities to make some big profits. But honestly, I think it does also present an opportunity for a lot of risk, as it definitely could sell off at some point by a significant amount. Now, Naked has dropped in the past week, like I've said, but it's not by too much, so that's not really too concerning. I think now is definitely a fantastic entry point, depending on what we see on Monday, so I definitely would wait until midday on Monday if I was going to be buying this one. But ultimately I think that this one still does have that potential, but I think we are need to be looking to this one as more of a long-term hold now, as what the company is implementing will take years to fully pan out and will take years for the company to see the benefits of. But as a speculative stock, as a stock which carries some risk into the next few months, we definitely still do have that potential for it to pop off to $2 or $3, like I've said, in the next few weeks, if enough hype does get into the stock. But personally, I would not be counting on that. If I was going to be buying this one, I would be aware of the risks and I would be holding it for the next few years, because like I said, the company is trying to turn itself around. I think it is going to take years for this whole brand to turn itself around. Not a bad thing realistically. I think it will definitely present an opportunity for more of a stable growth stock, but I do believe that the growth is far from over with this stock. I definitely will probably double in the next few months, hopefully, and in the next few months after that, it definitely could see prices past $5 if this company really is serious about what they are trying to do. But right now, I think Naked is at quite an interesting point. It has been quite flat for the past month, to be honest, from the initial price hike of about 40 cents all the way up to this point of about 65 cents. And then, of course, after that sell-off, things have been relatively dead, which is not a bad thing. We have still seen a lot of volatility, and the overall trend is still upwards, but it's not as much as what people obviously anticipated prior to this hype. So would I buy Naked right now? Honestly, I would. I think now is one of the best points that we have been seeing for some time. I think it does have potential to drop a bit lower, but I would not be too concerned about that one because I personally do believe it is going to pass $2 pretty soon, to be honest. I think it does have that potential, but I think you should also be aware that it could happen over a more sustainable and more long period of time, which is also not a bad thing if you are willing to wait it out. But there are definitely better growth opportunities going forwards in the next few weeks and months, but Naked is not a bad hold for the long term, but it is still a speculative play as we haven't seen what the company's planning to do be 100% implemented yet. So we will need for this one to actually, basically use its actions rather than its words to see a full expansion in stock price. But I think that the potential honestly is there for this one in the more long-term period. So guys, I just wanted to hammer that one home about the long term. It is going to be more of a long-term hold. I think it definitely does have that potential in that time frame, but short term we definitely also could see it explode, but I would be long on this one. So please do tell me what you are doing down in the comment section. I would love to hear your opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully tomorrow or at some point in the next week we're going to be talking about my predictions into Naked for that time period. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.